Hi everybody. Hello. How are ya? This is the Crafty Floridian from Florida. My name is Billy Mills. And this is my third podcast. And I haven't been on for a few days, 5 or 6 days. I been crocheting a great deal. Then I broke out. I don't know if you can see it, but see this red rash? It came, there we go, see, all around here. This happened once before when I crocheted a lot, and I don't know what causes it. So, in the middle of the night, I woke up, and I thought, oh, maybe I'll try something and see if it's a particular yarn that I'm working with. Because I've been crocheting steadily for months, and this didn't happen. So I decided to take a sock, and I cut the toe off, and then I put cream, not lotion, but cream, and then I put Vaseline on top, and then I put my little sock on, like this, to keep my arm covered, so then I could crochet and see if this gets better or worse. Now I had this on this morning, and I crocheted quite a bit this morning, and it didn't get worse. So it might be my answer. I'm not going to put this on now, but I am when I crochet and see what happens. I have a lot of things to talk about because I'm so far behind and my mind is going a mile a minute. And the first thing I wanted to show you is the results of my campfire cardigan for my cousin. I have got one sleeve completely done. Now I sort of stayed away from the end that they had because my cousin is quite little and she has little arms, so I decided to do a different pattern here at the end. I am now working on the hood. It has a hood, but I'm going to frog this and change the needle that I was working on. And then this is, I wanted to kind of leave it like this for in Florida, but I sent her a message and she said no, that she'd like to have it long sleeve. So that is almost complete. Do the sleeve, do the hood, and then you have to go around it one time, and that will be complete. And this is what I've been working on. And I don't know, in doing the granny square stitch, I could go pretty fast with this. In fact, I don't even have to look at what I'm doing. I just feel through it and just go a mile a minute. And then that seems to irritate my arm. So, but I just want to get this done so I can move on. The second thing that I completed, and I wrote down the information, but I don't know what I did with it. Well, anyway, I found this, oh gosh, where did I find it? I think it was Yarn Inspirations. And all it is just crocheting. I believe it's like 5 and then 2 double crochets, 5, 2 double, and then you do it so that it's on a slant. Very easy pattern. And then you fix up a little attachment here with a button, and then you can undo the button like I'm trying to undo now, and you could double it up. There's about 15 ways you can see. It's quite long, so if you wanted, you can double it up and use it as a kind of a cowl. Now what I did on this, I used Scarfy yarn. I'm not real happy with Scarfy, but what I did is I doubled it. So it makes it real soft, and I don't know, I like the way that it laid. Also, you can take this little, see it has a little latch here. You can also take it to the side like this, latch it on, so you have the button on the side. Can you see that? I don't want to move this too much because I'm afraid it's going to fall. Well, maybe I can move closer. But anyway, you can latch this on here, or you can make it long and latch it on in the middle. So there's a ton of ways that you can wear this. And I I really liked it. So that was one of my one and only accomplishment. The rest of them, I kept skipping from one project to another. I don't know why, I just do that. Because I kind of get bored doing the same stitch over and over again, so I go to a different one. I'm also working on a commission item. Someone really liked my scarf that I did the corner to corner, and then I put the big pockets on the end with buttons. Well, she wants it in burgundy like I did the other one, so I'm in the process of getting that done. So it really goes fast, and I like the corner to corner, you know. So I don't know if this is the yarn, but this is Red Heart yarn. Burgundy is the color, and corner to corner, you know, you all can get the pattern anywhere. You know how to do that. So that I've been working on. And my cousin, who lives in Front Royal, Virginia, she wanted me to make her one. So what I did, and she wanted it in like black and white. So I got Burnett Pop. Can you see that, Burnett Pop? It's a 4-ply, and I'm using a 5.5, and that seemed like, and this is just the beginning of it, but it's going to be variegated, and it'll go into black and white and all different colors, but I really like that too. But I'm going to put pockets on this also. So that's another project, and this is real soft, I mean real soft, and it just glides on the needle, so it goes really fast. So if you ever want to play with Burnett, that's a good one. The other thing that I started, and I wanted to do this for one of the secret swaps that we were doing. And the pattern is by Yarnspirations. It's Burnett satin. Well, it just so happened I had, I had 3 balls of the Burnett satin in red. Pretty red. What color is this? It says crimson. And it's a 4-ply, but very soft. And this, you probably, I'll just show you the picture. What it is that it has little puffs, and the puffs are shaped like a heart. And then you go so far and it's shaped like a heart. So let me get that off the floor before I trip. I don't want to trip. I have enough tripping. I do enough tripping. But I mean, you know, physical tripping, not the other kind of tripping. Anyway, I started it by the, and see how the heart is starting to form? But you know what? I don't know. I don't like it. I don't know if I want to go and change the, I know I like the pattern, and it's coming out nicely, but it's so little. Look how little it is. And I was thinking maybe if I could change the needle size, the hook size, and see if I like it any better. But I would like it a little bit wider. I'm not real happy. And this is just, I think it's just double crocheting, skipping, but you have to skip because to do the bubbles you have to go to the third space down and go over the larger space, and that's what makes it pop. But I don't know, it's kind of pretty, isn't it? But you can find that. I found this on the internet, and it's pretty. It's very, very pretty. And it only takes 3 balls, and it measures, the measurements is approximately 7 by 65. 7 by 65. My goodness, that doesn't look like 7 by 65, does it? Let me see. I got my big old ruler, yeah. Let's see. This goes, maybe if I start with 1, that might help. Well, yes, it measures 7 inches. So it is the right, maybe it'll look better once all right, so I'm like, okay, I'll take your all's advice. I'll just continue on with that. So that's the other pattern that I'm working on. Okay, so we got that. Was there something else? The pillow that I told you back in my last one, that a friend of mine gave me a pillow to do I was going to do a large square on both sides and like a granny square kind of design. Well, I haven't started that yet. And then the other thing I didn't bring that I wanted to discuss with you guys, and I don't know if this will be helpful, but this is a color wheel. And in my painting, the years that I painted this, well, it's even got paint all over it, but it came in really handy in identifying colors and complementary colors. And on the other side, and if you get one, this is just a pocket one, but you can get a larger one. But you can put this wheel, say, on blue, and that's this color here. And then what it does, it gives you the two complementary colors, which is these colors here and these colors here. And then they have the secondary colors. But when you're doing a large project and you want to match up your colors, get yourself one of these little wheels, in a color wheel, and it might help take some of the pressure off of deciding what colors will go with what, or what colors you want to use next to each other, what the complementary color is to it. Like an Afghan that you might be doing, and you're doing squares and you want to put the complementary colors together, or the secondary complementary colors. And pick one of these up. It doesn't cost very much. It's called a pocket color wheel, and it's very useful. I use it all the time, and I think you will get a lot of use out of it. Okay. The other thing that I wanted to share with you guys, and as I go out of this week, is that I collect plastic bags. Lots and lots of plastic bags. I have, I make mats for the homeless. It's a lot of work because you have to get the bags, you have to spread them out, you have to cut the ends off, then you have to cut them in little strips, and then you have to tie those strips together to make balls, and then you start crocheting. And I have a very large hook. I don't even know what it is, but it's a big, big sucker. Big, big sucker. Where's that sucker? Oh, here it is. I think this is like a, why doesn't it have the size on it? It probably does, I just don't see it. But anyway, I used this one, and then I also have even larger one than this that I use, because it's hard to pull that through. And usually I crochet like holding a pencil, but when I crochet on that, I have to almost just grip it this way. But anyway, here's one of my mats, and I put a strap on it, and I put these ties on it that tie it together, and then this is the strap that they can put it across their shoulders. And they're very appreciative, very appreciative. It takes a while to do, but it's fun. It's a lot of fun when you feel like you're doing something for the community. The other thing I do with my plastic bags, especially the pretty color ones, like yellow from the Dollar Tree and white from Walgreens, and then there's black ones like from Book A Million has black ones, and I've made a ton of market bags and bags. And at the last craft show I did, they went like that. There was this one couple who lived in a 55+ community, and they wanted to give some of their friends there a gift for Christmas. So they came in and bought them all. Now, what do you charge? The bags are free, your time, you got your time, right? And you crochet them. So I just charged like $5 for each one, and I told them if they bought 3, I'd give them one free. I mean, just because I enjoy doing things like that. Okay, I'm at the 15-minute mark. But if anyone would like to see a little video of me doing all that process, I'd be happy to do it. I usually spend like a rainy day. I'll sit and either cut them all up and get them ready, and then I'll spend one day, watching TV and putting them together and rolling them in a ball. And that is very time consuming. That's the hardest part of it. But collecting bags, I have all my neighbors collecting bags. Then if you go to Walmart and ask the manager, they have the recycle bins for plastic bags, and ask if it's okay if you take them, and they'll say, most of them have said yes. So I go and I load up on them. I look very carefully and make sure they're nice and clean and not full of garbage or anything like that. But that's where you get your pretty colors. You can get some really nice colors, and it's fun. I made one little bag that had black on the bottom, had like an orange strip in it, then had white on the top, and just a round handle where you just grab it, and it's like a handle purse. This lady loved it, and she bought it. Then I saw her at the last craft fair, and she said how much she used that. Especially around here, they're great for going to the beach. You can get sand, you can get them wet, you can rinse them out. I mean, they just last forever, and they're just really neat. We have a lot of, if you have outdoor markets, they're great when you want to put things and they stretch out, so you have plenty of room. So they're really a lot of fun to do. Now, I've showed you all of my 1,400,000 whips. And I wanted to, the other thing is the tag. And I thought, since I haven't been tagged, because this is my 3rd, and guess what? I have 6 subscribers now. 6 in a week. Isn't that wonderful? I'd be happy with 2, but I got 6. So that's a lot of fun. But I thought I'd tell you a little bit about myself. So this won't run over 30 minutes, but I wanted to just tell you a little bit about me and some of the some of the things that they ask you in that questionnaire. And I probably screw it up because I didn't have a list of exactly. I've just taken it, from each one. Like I listened to Z. Oh, made my heart cry. Rose, Gypsy Rose, cried like a baby. God bless her little heart. I swear I don't know what she went through, but I know what, as a family member of a drug and alcoholic addict, what we went through. And my brother was a heroin addict, and he was an alcoholic. And he tried to get clean and sober, and at 47 he got married. And at 53, between 47 and 53, he got Hodgkin's lymphoma, and he had to be cancer-free for 1 year, and his liver went bad, but the year wasn't up, so they couldn't get him a liver transplant, and he passed away. So if you're doing drugs, get away from it. It ain't worth it, baby. Wait till you get my age. You'll be on drugs all the time. Drugs everywhere. You wouldn't believe how many drugs I take. Just to be alive, I guess. Something goes wrong, they give you a drug. Baby, I got drugs. And I love my drugs. They keep me walking. They keep me moving and breathing and all that good stuff. So that tells you something about me, right? My real name is Billie Jean Mills. No, I don't know Michael Jackson, but I love him. I do. I think Michael Jackson was one of the greatest entertainers that we've ever had. And I really miss his music. When I'm in the car by myself, I turn that radio up. And man, I'm dancing and grooving out to old Michael Jackson. And the other one that I love is Lady Gaga. She She has fibromyalgia like I do, autoimmune disease. And I just love to hear her sing. She writes beautiful music. She's just a little thing, 5 foot, and she just like a ball of fire, I just love her music very, very much. I also like a lot of the, 50s and the 60s, early 70s, the rock and roll, the Beach Brothers, and I love Jimmy Buffett. Oh, do I groove out to his music. I mean, I just groove out, man. I'm shaking and rattling and rolling to his music. I love him. So anyway, Billie Jean Mills, that's my name. I asked my father once where he got the name Billie. He said he looked out at the hospital window, and across the way he saw a goat, and he said, "Oh, let's call her Billie." Now that's what he really told me. Now I know that's not true, but I haven't figured out. I never did find out why they picked Billie. I was born in New Jersey. My family, my mom and dad, were born and raised in North Carolina. We lived there in World War II. I was a World War II baby, and my father was stationed there. And then we moved back to North Carolina. We moved to Northern Virginia, Falls Church, Virginia, when I was about 8 or 9 years old, or 8, I think, because I was in like 3rd grade. Yeah, 6, 7, 8. Or maybe not even 8 yet, but moved to Falls Church, Virginia. There I stayed in that area, Arlington, Alexandria, D.C., the whole bit, for 50 years. 58 is when I moved out. Well, I was 58 when I moved away to Florida. That's where I had to go on disability, and I moved to Florida, where the rest of my family lived, moved down there in 1965. I'm the oldest of 8 children. But we're not really that close. There's a lot of generation gaps. Between myself and my youngest brother is 20 years difference. So he's 20 years younger than I am. They were raised with my dad. I was gone. I was the first one, so I got out of the house when I was 19. And then I lived on my own, and I started to live my life, really. All the time that I was growing up, I was the oldest. I did everything. I had a lot of responsibilities, taking care of kids, babies. There was always babies. In a 10-year span, my mother had 6 children. So we're all right backed up to each other. My brother and I are 15 months apart. And then I have 2 sisters that are like 13 or 14 months apart. And then after 6 children, then there's a gap of 6 years, and then a gap of 7 years. And that's 8 kids. So anyway, that's my family background. I was a professional hairstylist for 25 years. When I was about 36, I went back to college, and I studied accounting. I then went into a law firm for a couple years. Then I went for a company called Benchmark Systems, and there it was bought 4 or 5 times, but I stayed with the company each time there was a buyout, and I was there for 23 years, I believe, 23, 24 years, and now I've learned that I was very stressful years. My time at Benchmark, we developed a software package to follow the constituents for all of the legislative branch of the government. And that included House of Representatives, the Senate, the White House, Congress in general, and then we branched out into the departments like of agriculture, treasury, and so on and so forth. I was an accountant for the company, and it was a very stressful job. And I know that's one of the things that probably put me down at 58, because I wanted to work till I was 62, and then I was going to retire to Florida, and so on and so forth. Okay, so now you know a lot about me. One thing is, I am a great animal lover. I am a cat mama. I love my cats. I've had 6 cats. The cat I have now is, no, 7 cats. Because I had Rosie and Donnie that I adopted, and they were like 8, 9, 10 years old. Well, Donnie got cancer last year, and I had to say goodbye to him. He went to the big rainbow ranch in the sky. Now I have Rosie, and Rosie and I are becoming very, very close. I mean, real close. She won't take a nap unless I do. I mean, she is, we're like this. I love to read. I just love to read. I used to go, before I found YouTube, and I went crocheting like all day and so on and so forth. I love to read. I would go to the library and check out 15 to 25 books at a time, and I would just read. One of my favorite is the Lee Child, the Jack Reacher series. Dan Brown, Ken Follett. But one of my favorite, just kind of, she has these great stories, and that's Sandra Brown. I love Sandra Brown. But I have so many other ones. Miller, I could just go on, but we won't go that far. I have a tattoo on my right ankle. I designed it myself. It's a feather with a ribbon going down it, and it spells out the initial B. I designed it myself. I had it done for my 60th birthday. So I've had it for, I'm now 74, and so I've had it for 14 years. One thing that's really, really important in my life is sense of humor. I have a quick wit, a great sense of humor, and I love to laugh. That, I think, is laughter and sense of humor has gotten me through a lot in my lifetime. And people say, oh, how can you just laugh about it? I said, well, you can't cry. You have to laugh. And you just learn, it's my defense mechanism that I use, and that's laughter and my sense of humor. So that's something that I just love, my sense of humor. Strangest thing about me. What is the strangest thing about me? I guess, I don't know what the strangest thing about me. One thing my friends don't understand is I love action, adventure, horror movies. I love them. I watch them all the time. Now, I can't take this mushy, kissy-facey, like these Hallmark movies. Lord have mercy. You watch one, they're all the same. You know they're going to end. They're going to get together, and there's going to be one kiss. That's it. All those Hallmark movies are all the same. They have the same people playing in them over and over again, the same actors. That gets very boring. But you give me a good Bruce Willis movie, Die Hard. Oh, I love Die Hard. That's my favorite Christmas Eve movie, the original Die Hard, because it happened on Christmas Eve. And I was living in D.C. at the time. I was by myself. I didn't come down here to Florida to be with my family. And I stayed by myself, and I watched Die Hard that night. And ever since then, I sort of tune it in every Christmas Eve, and that's sort of my Christmas Eve favorite movie. So I don't know if there's anything else you want to know about me. I'd be glad to tell you. But nothing very interesting. I play bridge. I love playing bridge. I love card games, and I love bingo. I love anything. If you take me, when I was out in Las Vegas, I just love the casinos. Love it. If I had a lot of money, I'd be sitting in a casino right now, but I don't. But I love to gamble. And my brother and I, we went over when he came to visit me. We went over to the racetrack here in Sarasota. The horse racetrack, dog track. They have a place there where you can go and play poker. So on Saturday afternoon, you paid a certain price. I think it was $47, and you sit down and I guess they play until there's only 2 people left, right? So my brother and I started, and all of a sudden my brother taps me on the shoulder. Well, he was out, and all of a sudden I noticed I'm at the last table. Well, I don't know. I mean, you know, I don't know when somebody's bluffing or what they're doing, but we had the best time, my brother and I. And I didn't win, of course, but I went out pretty soon. And but we had a great day. We had a great time when he visited that time. My brother has since then has passed away. He died in his sleep of a heart attack at 60. I think he was 66, 67, maybe younger than that. I'm not quite sure. He lived out in Las Vegas for many, many years. So that's it, guys. You saw everything. I told you everything in two sessions, and I'll try to keep them a little bit not so long from now on. But I just wanted you all to know what was going on, and that I'm still alive. I just broke out in this damn rash. I mean, I just put some cream on it. It's really settled down. But I'm going to put the socks, I'm going to put the Vaseline on it, put the socks on, so I can do some more this afternoon. After Rosie and I take our nap. We got to have our nap. We take a morning nap, and we take an afternoon nap. And she lays on top of me, and we just zooze out. When I wake up, of course, she's gone. And she does that at night, too. And if I'm in here crocheting and watching TV, I watch a lot of YouTube, and I watch a lot of you guys. I just love all of you. And, of course, I adore Debbie, the Canadian crutcher, and Gypsy Rose, and all. I mean, they don't know who I am. They don't watch me, but I watch them, and I certainly do enjoy them. Well, I'm going to say goodbye. I've been on here for 31 minutes. I got everything that I wanted to discuss with you, and I just want y'all to keep hooking, keep making things, design things, have, now I'm not going to do all that, but I want you to. I want you to design things so that I can make the things that you design and show them off to everybody in the world. But, and I show a lot of my stuff, you know, to people on my Facebook. I don't have a Facebook page for the Crafty Floridian, but I'm working up to it. I'm very slow at getting, I wish they would do a video on how to, now I know you say there's a lot of little videos on how to set up a YouTube channel, but if they would physically go in and show you what to click on, what your options are, and go step by step. In other words, do a video on how to set up a YouTube channel for dummies. That would be me. Goodbye. Have a great weekend. Bye.